everyone. I'm Bridgette Clark of the Miss Honey Bee Show, and today's guest is.
Sylvester Donald Jr. from East St. Louis, Illinois, the Mirror Man for Morris Day and the Time. Yeah!
All right, welcome. So please tell everyone who you are.
Well, Sylvester Donald Jr., I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois. I'm a musician, and I play with the nationally and internationally known band Morris Day and the Time. I'm the Mirror Man.
Okay, so you have been doing this for a while now because everyone was used to Jerome, but here you are, you the mirror man. So God put you in that position. So how long have you been doing this exactly?
Been doing this now for 14 years, and uh, it's been really great. It's been really great. Yes, Jerome quit back in January 2007, and there were some business differences going on behind closed doors. So God blessed me and opened that door for me to step through or to
That's
go
right.
through. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So how's been your journey? Rather, how has your journey been with that, considering this was a band and group that you've always wanted to be a part of?
It's been going really well. In the beginning, it was like uh, an initiation period. Uh, they were doing some things to me that I just didn't think went on behind closed doors. Uh, I mean, it was just the mistreatment of me. Yeah, and I don't mind putting it out there. The mistreatment of me, the way I was spoken to, the way I was treated. I just felt like, is this what fame and fortune is all about? So I looked at it like an initiation period, just like it is with gangs. When you get into a gang, one person has to be able to fight off seven, eight, nine members. So I just took it like, hey, this comes with the territory. Suck it up and drive on, like we used to say in the Army.
Okay. So you paid your dues.
Yes, ma'am, I paid my dues. Hey, truth be told, seems like I'm still paying some dues, but it's all right because God's got me. God's got me.
That's right. Right. It's all about our journey.
The
Yes.
journey.
So you have other things that you've done throughout your journey. Who have you worked with?
Earlier in my career, in the early 80s, I worked with Barry White, Ollie Woodson of the Temptations, Sly and the Family Stone. I've also worked with the gospel artist, Miss Anita Wilson, who is right here from East St. Louis, Illinois. In fact, my mother was the minister of music in her father's church, Friendship Baptist Church, where the Reverend Frederick Wilson Sr. was the pastor. That was I worked with her about 5 years ago, and that was really different for me because other than that, I worked in some churches here, the Haynes Miracle Temple, a Kojic church, and I was 12 and 13 then. But to work with a celebrity gospel artist, that blew me away. That blew me away. So yes,
I'm
I've
sure a
worked.
blessing.
Yes,
Hmm.
it was a blessing. So those are some of the people I've worked with. Then I've worked also, but this was in more so being a roadie or a stagehand position with uh 38 special white rock group from the 80s, Public Enemy, with Chuck D and Flavor Flav.
I
Uh
remember.
yes, yes. So that was cool too because I got to meet them and stuff because I was in the army at the time when I met them, and it's about like who you know, and I was kind of famous when I was in the army performing at the Fayetteville nightclub. It was called Fayetteville. It was called La Trappe. La Trappe nightclub in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I was in the army then. And when they came here, they was on the Fear of the Black Planet tour. Well, I was their roadie and got to meet them, and they made us jackets and stuff. And with me being a male exotic dancer back in the day, yeah, I used to shake what my mama gave me, and
Really?
yeah, I had my jacket autographed, Sly Rated X. That's what I was going by back then. Yeah, so that's what was up. That's what's up there. And here,
Okay.
right. And here in East St. Louis, well, that was way back in the day too. I was associated with I won't even call their names because but anyway, I played with some bands back here and they're still doing the same thing today in 2025 that they were doing in 1974. So,
So
ta-da!
they're watching and they see how God has blessed you.
Yes,
Yes.
because I stayed the course. I mean, I had a lot of naysayers. I was wanting to be this famous entertainer one day. I knew I was destined to be that person. You know, one day I knew I was going to be traveling the world. I knew I would be meeting uh, celebrities and famous people, rubbing my elbows with big wigs and everything. But those back here, they were telling me what you need to do is stop all of that dreaming and get you a regular job like everybody else that's going to pay the bills because all of that dreaming ain't going to get you nowhere. Well, I didn't think like that about myself. I felt like, well, if it's working for others out there in the music world, how come it can't work for me? And I stayed the yeah, I stayed the course. I paid a heavy price. I paid a heavy price. But you know what? If I had to do it all again, I would only do one thing differently, and that's all. I would just only do one thing differently. But I had what my course and my journey was for me. It was not for others to travel with me. This was my journey. So when they
Exactly.
right, so when they acted as like took it like I'm only dreaming, I said to myself, you're right. I am dreaming, but my dreams are going to come true. It don't have to be all of them. But if you believe, if you only believe, dreams do come true.
Amen. I agree.
Amen?
I did hear that saying growing up. It was like nothing comes to dreamers but sleep. So
Yes.
that's the way I heard it. Yes, but
Yes, and that's
I
true.
have to
Not,
say,
yeah.
it's a seed that's planted, actually, and it comes from your family. Rather, I would have to say mine came from my parents. So it was
Right.
embedded a long time ago, and it stayed with me because I always had that dream about, you know, being this star, this singer of some kind growing up myself. But it
Yes.
lets you see that when you stay on the path of God's will for you, that you can go anywhere. Most definitely.
Anyway, yes,
Yes.
ma'am, you sure
Mhm.
can. So I did
So how
not
did you get
let,
started?
oh, I got started. Well, I was going to be like my father, an all around athlete, Sylvester Donald Sr. I'm the junior, of course. I was going to be this all around athlete because, you know, all boys want to follow their father uh, and stuff. And, but when I saw the Jackson 5 on TV, September 1971, it was the Going Back to Indiana concert. I'm 10 years old, right? 71, I'm 10, right? And I stared at that black and white TV set. I ran in the kitchen. I got my mom, grabbed her by her wrist. I was pulling on my mom. I said, Mama, Mama, come here, come here. I want you to see something. I want you to see something. And I pulled her in front of the TV and she said, oh, yeah, there's some cute little boys. You know, I said, Mama, Mama, that's what I want to be when I get big.
And look at you now.
Yeah, I said, Mama, that's what I want to be when I get big. And I was looking at the group, you know, the Jackson Five, but I was mainly staring stage left, stage right. Stage left was Tito on lead guitar. Stage right was Jermaine on bass guitar. I love Tito Jackson because he was laid back in the cut. Didn't
That's
didn't
right.
smile, didn't smile or nothing, but he was jamming his butt off.
He was so
Jermaine,
cool.
yeah, right. And Jermaine was teeth. He had a good set of teeth, and he was just, you know, like he was enjoying what he was doing. And I loved his spirit. I saw it. It was just coming through him, the personality and everything. So I begged my parents for a guitar for about 3 months. My Sylvester Sr. and Ezra May, my mother. And after about 3 months, my mother said, Baby, I think he's serious. And they bought me a guitar. And I've been playing ever since. And I've never had any formal training. It was all God given, a
Mm-hmm.
talent, which Corinthians 12, uh, 4 and 27 speaks on us having many gifts, talents,
Yes.
and skills.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know this back then about Corinthians. I wouldn't find this out until later on in life. So
Okay, well, let's. Mm-hmm.
the point is, I didn't have any formal training, and I could just hear a song and pick it up. And I knew how to tune my guitar. I learned how to tune my guitar from a manual. And then the very first song that I ever played, learned on guitar was I Want to Go Outside in the Rain by the Dramatic.
Really? Yes, I
I
still love
want to
that song
go
to this day.
outside in the rain. It may sound crazy.
Well, let's see what you got. You got that guitar?
It's at my rehearsal place, my, where I practice. Not
Oh,
on me right now.
darn.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
guitar, but not here.
Okay, I would have loved if you had that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Or else I would have said that'd been great. You could have played that during the interview. So, do
But
you play any other instruments outside of the guitar?
yes, I play bass guitar and drums. And when it comes to keyboards, I can pick out the melody, the single notes. But no, I'm no Ray Charles or nothing like Quincy Jones. And I can just pick out my melody notes. So, yeah.
Okay, well, that's a beautiful thing, especially when you're self taught.
Yes, yes. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, you have mentioned, and nobody knows that you are working on your own music, correct?
Yes, I am. And none of that will be out until next year. My the name of the CD will be This Is Just a Test. And it's named that because it's my first time out and I'm doing all of the instrumentation myself. And it's just a test to see if people like me and stuff like that. You know, if they like what they hearing. Uh, it's not going to even be for sale because this is just a test. I'm building a fan base.
Okay, well, the test is you're already doing this, so you're already in motion. So it sounds like you're already in the middle of this test and you're
Yeah,
doing it.
yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And the book I'm writing is called In God's Appointed Time. In that book, I'm telling the story of, like I'm talking to you right now. I'm telling the story of my journey here in East St. Louis, Illinois, the metropolitan area, what I went through, the downs, the ups, the me being uncertain. I'm telling my story, and the climax of the book will be how did I get with Morris Day at the time? That's the climax.
Okay. So what is it like working with Mr. Day in the time? How's it been really working with Mr. Day, honestly?
Honestly, he's a straight to the point boss. He doesn't scream or holler. He just lets you know what's not right. And that's with any boss or any job.
That's right.
You know,
Right.
yeah. Uh, he's a really nice person. He can be reserved, very reserved, because he is to me an introvert. But when he's at work and we're at sound check, yeah, he comes out of it just enough to let us know what's right, what's wrong, and what we need to tweak and make it better. Yeah,
Okay. Well, I know when I met him that he was just so cool, just like the song. He is cool. He is definitely, he wears it well.
that he
So
is.
is that him all the time?
No, no, no. That's not him all the time. Uh, it's like a performance. You're getting ready to do a performance, so let me put on my game face. So, no, it's not like that all of the time. But he is reserved and laid back. He doesn't do a whole lot of talking when he sees, we can be out in the lobby area in the hotel. No, he's not going to do a whole lot of talking. None of that.
Okay. So, did you get a chance to work with Prince, or even have conversations?
The closest I came to working with Prince was I had been in the organization about 2 years, and he had us to come out to Chanhassen, Minnesota, to play the Target Arena. Well, he wanted Jerome in the group. He didn't want me. And he and Morris, Mr. Day, they had some words. Morris stood his ground and said, I got the man that I want, Sylvester Donald Jr. He's not going anywhere. Then the next thing I know, we were off the show. We were not, we were not able to do the show. Prince canceled. Well, he didn't cancel the show, but we were off of the show. And I didn't take it personally, like, oh, he that hurt my feelings. He didn't want me. I took that as a great compliment that I got rejected by Prince. That's how I looked at it. I didn't look at it badly. That was a compliment to me that you are focusing on me. You don't want me. You want Mr. Jerome Benson. But I got rejected by Prince.
That's right. And that was all supposed to take place in order to you to continue to be where you're at. Do you agree?
Right, right. Everything. I didn't know it back then, but everything I've been through, Miss Honeybee, it is and it was in divine order. I didn't
Yeah.
understand it then, but there's a song that goes, and we'll understand it better by and by. I
Mm-hmm.
understood what my unfortunate situations and circumstances, I understood it by and by later on. I didn't understand it at the time.
Yes, I love that song. One of the songs we always sing growing up in church as well. Now, did you ever get a chance to meet Mr. Jerome?
Yes, yes, and me and him, we have a good rapport with each other. We just, when we did the print celebration of 40 years, about 2 months ago in Minnesota, Minneapolis, we talked, had some personal words about behind the scene, uh,
Mm-hmm.
behind the group. I didn't share this with nobody. Me and him, we talked about 7 minutes, and I just kept it
Okay.
to myself. I kept it to myself because that was a he and I thing. That was
Mm-hmm.
that was just between he and I. He knows
Exactly.
for a fact. He knows for a fact that nobody can ever, ever, never, never take his place. A person can come in and play his role, but there's only one Mr. Jerome Benson who is a household name. And he knows the respect I have for him. Nothing but respect. And I let him know that I'm playing your role. But please don't get it wrong twisted, Mr. Benson. I don't think that I'm you. I'm just doing Sylvester Donald. I'm not trying to do Jerome Benson. And we shook hands and hugged and everything. We have an understanding.
That's right. You can only be yourself.
Right. And you asked me a question about Prince. No, I never got to meet Prince. That would have been the one time in Chanhassen, Minnesota. I would have gotten to meet him. But since we were removed from the show, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
I'm sure it would have been nice, I'm sure, but it went according to the way it was supposed to go. I
Yes, ma'am.
truly believe that things happen, good or bad, is that was exactly what was supposed to happen. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
yes.
Right.
Mhm. Yes. So what do you have lined up as far as your work or your journey with the time?
Well, whatever I'm supposed to do in this group, I know to stay in my lane, do my job well. That's what I'm going to do. Um, and with me, I'm a certified nurse assistant. I've been one for 16 years. I love to help people. I take it after my mother. She was
Mhm.
always helping somebody when I was a kid. And I liked the way they looked at her after she got through. helping them. So I said, I want to be like that. And I ended up going to school to become a certified nurse assistant. I've been that for 16 years. And I have this job that I do with Morris Day and the Time. I have two jobs that are really not jobs, Miss Honeybee, because I love what I do.
That's right.
I
It's
don't
your
have no,
passion.
it's my passion. And
Hmm.
with me working on my book in God's appointed time, I've been working on that already. But nothing is about to come out right now. Nothing next year. Well, the CD, yes. But the book is gonna take 2, 3 years, maybe two.
Okay.
And so I have goals. And my immediate goals right now, one is to take off 25 pounds. I'm at 200 right now. I want to get down to 175. I've been told don't lose anymore. Just tighten up, but don't lose anymore. That's an immediate goal, 4 month goal. My next goal is to start school to become a counselor. They call it
Okay.
industrial technology. I start those classes next June. And then,
Okay.
right, and so then the 2, 3 year goal is to do get the CD out there next year. And my book, In God's Appointed Time, will be out in 2028, something like that.
And that's going to be about your whole journey, your music, your working with the band and everything, correct?
Yes, ma'am. It sure will be.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
look forward to that.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So tell me something that's happened to you that was profound, that left a lasting effect in your life, that shaped you or made you who you are.
Oh, that would be my mother. Well, that would be my mother. Uh,
So your
my
mama's
mother.
boy?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm the only
But
boy. I'm the only boy. I have a sister
yes.
under me, a sister over me. But all that I am today is because of my mother. Is because of my mother. Then one can say, "Well, what about your daddy? What about your daddy?" Um, he was good. He was cool. But it's about who really impacted my life in a major way. And what my mother instilled in me, I just embellished and came even better at what she made me. I mean, I am my own man too, but she impacted me big time, big time. And I am who I am because of her. I wish she was alive so she could see what happened. But she was so happy when she was alive. She didn't have to come to jail to bail me out. She didn't. Yeah, I was not an alcoholic. I was not a drunkard. I wasn't chasing women. I wasn't. I was. She was pleased with me. She was proud of me.
Right. So what did she leave with you where you can say that you kept that and it has remained to this day? Because I'm sure we all have something, for the most part of us, that we can say that we have a memory of our parent that was instilled us, and those are the words that we always go by.
Yes, my mother told me, son, don't straddle the fence. If you want to talk your set stuff about doing it in the bush all night, talk it, sing about it. But don't talk about doing sex all night, then come back and talk about Jesus Christ and how good God is. Somebody's watching you, son. Somebody's trying to find out the way to go. If you're straddling the fence, they're confused. You be careful because sometimes, son, you may be the only Bible that a person will read. So be careful. And she said, don't do anything that's going to come back and haunt you 20 years later.
Yes.
And
Lead
hey,
by example. Yes.
lead, lead by example. There you go, Miss Honeybee.
Yes,
Lead
I've
by
heard
example.
that. Yes, correct. Now, what are some of the darkest times that you went through, and what would you say, or who got you through that time of your life?
Number one, all of the dark times that I experienced, Jesus Christ brought me through. Jesus brought me through. Uh,
Amen.
I couldn't even understand words. I couldn't understand what was going on in my life. But Miss Honeybee, I stayed praying, even though I didn't understand nothing that was going on. There were some times in my life that were so dark that my body ached. I was racking in pain from head to toe, physically, physically. Now you know physically, but on the inside, I was all messed up. Yes, going through what I went through, but I stayed prayed. I stayed prayed up for real, for real. Uh, Sleeping on some streets in Los Angeles, California. When I say streets, at least it was a bus stop bench. I wasn't, well, that was still the streets. I didn't have my own. Trying to make this thing called music jump off. But what I did learn is to, you got to keep a job, have some income coming in while I was pursuing that music career. I learned that later on in life. But better late than never.
That's right. So, what is it about you that no one knows the person? Or what would you say to somebody maybe that's going through, you would have to say, a struggle that you've been through in your life to where it can help someone else?
I'll let them know, regardless of how dark it gets, don't give up. Please don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't put up the white flag sign that says I surrender. You stay in there and go for that thing that you have a passion for. You're going to have a whole lot of people saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. But the only reason they're saying that is because they cannot do that. But you can do it. I would tell somebody, don't give up. Yeah, it's hard right now, but that's part of the struggle. That's part of your journey. You got to go through that. So when you come out, you can share it with other people and let them know God brought you through. God will get the glory in the end by you going through your mess. Your mess
Yes,
becomes your message. Yeah, that's what
that's
I
right.
tell them. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
I
what I tell them.
agree. Yes.
Yeah, don't
Well,
give up. I wanted to give up because everybody was telling me what I ought to do, should do, could do, but they were not doing. They were following the path of least resistance. No, well, I challenged my path. No, I went outside of the path everywhere. No. I wasn't going to take the easy road because I believed in what I was doing. I paid a price. Woo! It's not for everybody, Miss Honeybee. That entertainment is not for everybody. So those who did not go along with me or believed in me and they got 9 to 5 jobs early on, they were supposed to do that. That was their turn. I was supposed to go through hell. I was supposed to go through hard times. I was supposed to sleep outside, stand with person from place to place on their floors and stuff. That was for me. It was not for them. So I used to knock them and say they weren't serious about the music business. Yeah, they were serious to a point, but it was about priorities. Their priorities were, I need that roof over my head, I need some money in my pocket, I need the car, need food on the table, clothes on the back. They did what they were supposed to do. Did
it
I?
was a hobby.
It was ding, 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 ding. You get the prize behind door number one. It was not a hobby for me, and I was
It was your
serious.
calling.
It was my
Hmm.
call, and I've heard Christians, other Christians, tell me you're going to hell. You're up there playing that secular music. You're going to hell. You better start playing gospel music. What are you? Okay. So you is that cashier clerk that's in the grocery store that's a Christian. He or she touches bottles of liquor every day. They're not drinking it, they're just touching it. Are they going to hell because they touched the bottle of liquor? No, they are not. They have a job. And what I do is a job. It's a job, though I don't look at it like a job. But yeah, I sing secular. I can sing country. I can do rap. Whatever music you bring before me. Does that make that just because I can do other than gospel music, I'm going to hell? Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. If I'm going to hell, I'm going to get the party started. Okay, if I'm
Well,
going to hell.
I look at it like this: they don't have a hell or heaven to put you into, so they're not the judge ultimately. So we just continue to live our life and live it accordingly to our destination and the will that was given to us. So everyone has a purpose in life. Some just have not discovered it. That's all.
Look,
Hmm.
I'm with you 1,000%. That's hitting the nail on the head. And I'm not
Yes.
mad at those people. They were just giving me their opinion.
Yes, exactly. And that's all it is too. That's what my mother said. Everybody has an opinion just like they have that other thing too. Yes. Well, thank you so much for being a guest today. Yes.
I thank you for having me. I looked forward to it. I couldn't wait for this day. And it finally came. Woo!
That's right. So, do you have any platforms that you would like to share?
Not right now. My platforms will not be in existence until next year. Right now, I would just be talking loud and saying, like a dull light, just ain't cutting it. Talking loud, ain't saying.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Yes. Is there anyone you like to say hello to or um, give a shout out?
Yeah, my daughter, Sylvia Starlett, and even though my mother is not physically, present, my mother and my father, Sylvester Donald Sr. and Mrs. Ezra May, both of them, they've been gone here now, 22 years. Yes. But my mother's proud of me. And my daughter, she's loving on me because we've been through some things over the years because of me and her mother, my first wife. But I still care for her mother. That's my daughter's mother. I will never say anything negatively about my first wife, her mother. And that's
Okay,
it.
well, thank you. All
Well, thank
right.
you, Miss Honeybee.
Well, thank you. And you are welcome. So, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. Keep watching the Miss Honey Bee Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
You're welcome.